Hey everyone, it's Lisa and today is Monday and I thought I would start the week off right with a keto type video because this has been such a big part of my life and my, I almost call it menopause recovery. I want to share every little piece, and I also want to share some of the questions that I get from you guys, especially if I get the same one over and over again. So over the weekend, I studied about calories because a lot of you have asked me how many calories I eat in a day. And, you just seem to be concerned about that. And I understand because we have been programmed to think that a calorie is a calorie, that a calorie in is a calorie out. Even like The Biggest Loser, that's what they restricted calories and then they upped the energy out, and they expected those people to be able to keep that up. And there are just big problems with that. I studied all weekend, and I'm going to share with you what I think are the simplest things that I can tell you so that you understand, because it's like I understand it and I have for a while, but I understand how if you haven't ever experienced weight loss this way, it would be very confusing to you and you feel like you're going to eat too much. And society has taught us that fat is bad, and it's just, you guys, I just really urge you, don't listen to me. Read about it. Read. Find the doctors that you trust and listen to them. When they give you a study, look it up. And if you will dig and if you will act on it, you will see. Today, I am down to it's my first day, so it's kind of a good day to do this. I am down to 125 from 152 in the end of May to 125, and I am 50 years old. It was not easy. Do not think that I'm a person that can lose weight easily, because I had tried ever since, I would say, perimenopause, and I just thought, I just gave up basically. I didn't give up, but I felt defeated. I really felt defeated. So if I can do it, anyone can do it, and I'm here to help you do it. So here we go. A calorie is not a calorie. If that were so, our bodies would have to process everything the same. And we know that that does not happen. So the biggest thing that you need to study and learn is all about insulin, about what your body does when you eat either carbohydrates, protein, or fat. If you will read what your body does, it is just so simple. But I realize that because of the way we've been brought up and because of what we hear, bacon is bad for you, that it's hard to believe. But you just have to read it. And, when you hear it, so many people they'll describe it just so many different ways, and it just comes together. The biggest thing for me, when I this time, just thought I am going to just try everything I can to lose weight. And don't forget, I have the IBS issues, which I hate to keep bringing that up because it's not a pretty subject. But it's probably 60% of my weight loss story. I decided I did not want to just lose weight. I knew that I needed to lose fat. I could see on my body the fat. I could see it around my middle. I could see my whole, like I said, I look like a Teletubby. I could see my whole body shape changing. When I would get in the shower and look in the mirror to the side, it was like this way I looked fine, but when I turned that way, my stomach would go out and I was just so thick, and I'd never been that way. So I knew from all the things that I have studied and seen that was a lot of fat. Visceral fat. inside my body. If you start reading about that, then you will learn all about the liver, what it does, the fatty liver, insulin resistance. It takes a little bit of time to reverse that, but you can. That's why so many people just reverse their diabetes, or they might be pre-diabetic and they cut down majorly on their carbs and they get to stay off statins. And I believe the ketosis or keto diet is so healthy. And I never really thought that until this time. I told you before, I had like a negative, mindset to ketose or to ketones and the keto diet. And now I realize just how healthy it is. I mean, cancer, anti-inflammatory. I mean, almost everything can be cured just by what you eat. Now, I know that a lot of you are just starting out on this, and one of the reasons you probably asked me how many calories I was eating is because in the beginning, and that's why I said in the beginning I did not worry about it. I did not worry about intermittent fasting, and I surely didn't worry about calories. In the beginning, just lower your carbs to 20 or under, and do not be concerned with how many calories you are eating. Now, if you are someone who has a big appetite and you're used to eating a lot, well, go ahead and just, like I said, pay attention to the carbs and only eat the things that you are supposed to eat that are low to no carbs. So if that means in the morning eating a 3-egg omelet with cheese and you want to put some cream cheese in it or sour cream or whatever, don't count the calories, just eat it. And then when it's lunchtime, eat lunch. Then when it's dinner time, eat dinner. In the beginning, you may find that eating that way, you are not really losing any weight. But if you will pay attention, you will start to feel better. You will not feel hungry all the time. You will start after about, I say it took me about a week, probably about a week, and definitely by 2 weeks, what will happen is your hormones that have been blocked by you eating all of those carbs and all of that junky food, the hormones that tell our brain that we're full, and the satiety hormones, I think it's leptin, it's either leptin or I think it's leptin, will tell your brain you're full. And when you start to get those signals, you will just notice that one day you'll wake up in the morning and you really want to eat breakfast. You're really just not hungry. And you don't even, you're not even tempted by Pop-Tarts or anything else. Then you go and you just eat lunch at 12. And then you might be really hungry at 12. And so go ahead and eat that double cheeseburger or that big steak or chicken thighs or boiled shrimp, all the stuff that I eat, go ahead and eat that, even though you may feel like, gosh, this is too heavy for lunch, and see how you feel at dinner and just go from there. And what you will find is that you become less and less hungry, you have less and less cravings, and you start feeling better and better and better. All of that insulin that we have been, when you eat that junk food and then your body produces the insulin, it blocks. Insulin is just it's just a miracle hormone. It just does so much, but it actually blocks the brain from receiving those messages. That's what keeps people that you see are like overweight, and you would think, oh gosh, they have, all of that energy, all of that fat on their body to burn. Well, eating in a bad way is keeping them from that, and that insulin that's constantly being put out for the glucose, that keeps them feeling like slow and lethargic. So they don't feel like you're going to feel when you are not constantly putting out that insulin, and your body starts burning ketones and your stored fat. And I'm telling you guys, I see it, and it is the most unique way to lose weight. The first thing I thought of is, first it'll come off of here, then it'll come off of here. Normally it just comes off like in sections. Well, it almost, like, say this is your skin with like a little fat layer, it almost seems like all over your fat layer is kind of getting thinner, like all over your body. It's a very uniform weight loss. The more I studied, like, eating protein versus carbs and fat, and the difference between the Atkins diet, which is a high protein, moderate fat, low carbs, and the keto diet, which is high fat, moderate protein, very, very low carbs, is if you have too much protein, then that also can spike your insulin. I mean, we need protein because we need protein for like our hair and our nails and, stuff like that. So we do need to get just the right amount, which don't get bogged down in how much you are eating of each thing. I mean, you can if you're that kind of person. I try to just kind of keep it straight in my head, like how much I try to just make sure I get my fats in. I try to make sure I'm getting more fats than protein. And that's up to you to find the fats that work for you. So there are many, like, was it Dr. Gundry said the only reason he eats is to get olive oil in his body. He said he goes through, I think it was 1 liter of olive oil a week just on his food. He pours olive oil on everything. And he has performed over 10,000 heart surgeries and was a, renowned heart surgeon. So he is someone that you could, watch his videos and read some of his books too. He's really good about the whole vegetables and the lectins and stuff like that. Now, fats. I think a lot of people think that if you eat fat, which is one of the most calorie-rich foods, you think that fat is going to make you fat. And it's just not. It's a whole chemistry thing. Your body just does not react the same to fat as it does to carbohydrates and sugar and all of that stuff. When you eat fat, your body does not, it's neutral. It's a neutral macro, and it does not trigger the insulin-making hormone. So when you eat fat, it does not cause you to gain weight. It keeps you neutral. So then when you are burning energy, you are burning ketones, which are put off by burning fat. So I don't want to go like too far deep in the weeds, because there's so many aspects to this. But the main thing you need to remember is fat is not bad for you. Now, the fake fats and the fats, like the oils from corn, I just know that like canola oil and those, that they are the bad fats because they're not natural. They're the ones that stick and harden and make your arteries harden. Real fats do not do that. Like olive oil and really good fats actually make all of your arteries just better. The elasticity is better. Every single part of our body is made from fat. Every cell membrane, like outside of the cell, is made from fat. Our brains are made from fat. We need fat. And you will notice, like, I'm not even going to say that. Just notice who looks the most vibrant and who looks when you compare different diets, you will notice that people that are on the keto diet, they're vibrant, they work out, they're happy. There is just so much benefit to eating like this. I can't even express it. And to this day, like yesterday, I went and ate with my parents, and I was eating, my mom fixed chicken wings on the grill and then a pork roast. And I'd had a filet. The kids and I went to Longhorn, and I had had a filet for lunch. And he looked at me and said, "You don't get tired of eating that every day?" And I said, "No, I don't. I love it. And I don't eat the same thing every day. I eat steaks, different types of steaks. I eat chicken thighs. I eat shrimp. I eat, like the other night, John cooked scallops with bacon wrapped in the air fryer, and just so many different things. omelets. I love omelets. When I was doing Atkins, that was one of my main meals was omelets. So it's very easy for me, and it will really, this is a weird thing to say, but it almost simplifies your life. It's almost like minimalism for food, because when you don't have that nagging hunger or those nagging cravings, your body just tells you, like right around 2, anytime from 12 to 2. I'll admit some days I'm hungrier earlier. And so anytime from 12 to 2, usually like around 1 to 2, it's like a switch. I'm hungry. And I just think about what I want to eat. Oh, many of you had asked me about the mayonnaise in the chicken salad. If I were to make mayonnaise at home, I would use the olive oil based mayonnaise. But when I'm out, if I want to grab some chicken salad, I don't let that one thing freak me out. When I make deviled eggs, oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite things to eat. When I make deviled eggs, I just use the mayonnaise that it has olive oil. Okay, let me get back to fat. Our nerves are made from fat. All of our skin is made from fat. So if you want good hair, good skin, good arteries, you have to get the right amount of protein for our hair and everything, and then you have to get the right amount of fat. And you really just do not need that many carbs. You just don't, because you will find your energy source through the ketones. Now, if you are already thin and you want to do the ketosis diet just for arthritis or all the other benefits, I'm going to link a Dr. Berg video that he just did down that just shows you all the ways the ketosis diet helps. But what if you, and even I have started to think, when am I going to get to the point where I don't want to lose any more weight? Now, I know I've still got some fat that I could lose, but what am I going to do when I get to the point of, not wanting to lose any more weight? I'm going to have to learn more about this because I'm not at that point, but I do know that you can take ketones and you can take the right amount and then get X amount of hours of energy. So, there probably are ways to do that. I don't want to get into it because I don't know enough about it, but I wanted to throw that out there so that you could look it up in case you are someone out there that has found me through this and you don't need to lose weight. Okay, I'm so glad I thought about that, because that brings me to this. Okay, what if you are someone out there that counting calories has always worked and you don't care if it's calories in, calories out. You don't care if a Twinkie is the same amount of calories as, a hamburger. You'd rather eat the Twinkie. Well, all that's well and good until your hormones shift. And for most of us, that is, especially women, that is going to be somewhere around 50, i.e. somewhere around menopause. So if you have that's always worked for you, like me, Atkins had always worked for me. Quickly, you know what I mean? Just like quickly. Although looking back, this weight loss has been so much prettier. It's just been a prettier weight loss. It hasn't come off of me in chunks. It's kind of just like slowly come off everywhere. And even my legs, you guys, the other day I had my legs, I like to, when I'm watching my computer, sometimes I'll prop my legs up on the corner of my desk, and I looked down at my leg and I could not believe what I saw. It was a normal, long, pretty leg with that line going all the way down and no big slab of fat like hanging on my chair. And I was just like, every day I'm just reminded how good this has been for me. In every aspect of my life. Love life, self-love, my career, my productivity, my attitude towards my family. Just towards God. I'm just so thankful that I'm so thankful that I even think about thanking Him more. Thanking Him for everything, but there's just something about no pain, feeling good. I mean, I don't know. You guys are probably sick of me saying it, but I feel like I can't say it enough because I had gotten to a point where I did not think it was going to be possible for me. And I can remember what watching Erin Busby's video did for me. And there you go. She's doing more of a plant-based. But she stressed that you have to be extreme. At this time in our lives, we have to be extreme. We have to do things that we've never had to do before. We have to realize that our metabolism has slowed down, our hormones are just wacko, and we have to do something that is just extreme and see how it works. Now, if you try this and you hate it, you never could get used to it, you just don't like it, then you know then. But I'll tell you, this morning I was taking my sheets off the bed, and this is just an example of things that are so much better for me. I was taking all of, I don't even know how many pillows we have. I was even taking the shams off and washing those. And after I got, how you grab the pillow and you take your thumb and you kind of push the pillowcase down. Well, this is my hand that was hurting so bad, right there in that joint. So right about probably the 10th pillow that I was doing that, I felt a little twinge in there. And it was just enough to remind me how grateful I am that my hand does not hurt every day. Every day. To the point where I couldn't put pressure on it, I couldn't hold things, and it does not hurt. And I know it sounds hokey, but it's true. If you will read about the benefits of getting your insulin down, you will be amazed. The point is, when you were younger and you were losing weight, your hormones were at their peak performance. Everything was great. I mean, now they're just not. And, you have to think of the things that are affecting your hormones. What your metabolism was in the first place. I don't think I've ever been someone with a real high metabolism, because ever since I turned, 20 or so, I, started getting a figure. So I've never been one of those people that just can eat and eat and eat. And then food. So you have to think of those things that affect your hormones. And in several lectures that I have watched, they say a good example of how your hormones affect different bodies is look at a boy and a girl when they hit puberty. And they get that surge in their hormones. And so it makes them hungrier. Okay, what does the boy do? He usually grows taller, he gets more muscle, and, he puts on weight totally different than a girl. Her hormones tell her body to put on fat, start getting some shape, to work on all the your boobs, all the sex hormones. I guess that's basically what it's doing. But look at the difference. That just shows you what a difference your body does with, they can eat the same food, but their bodies are going to put it on differently. It's just all about the hormones. It's all about the insulin. So I'm going to do a quick outfit of the day, and I'll be right back. Okay, so, one of the biggest trends this year is the faded acid washed black. And also we're back to rips. We didn't take much of a break from the rips. So these are those jeans I got from the Nordstrom sale. I believe they're Free People. Are they Free People? Or no, they're Topshop, I believe. Anyway, I'll list them down below. And John went and picked up my boots, bless his heart, and so I'm wearing an older pair of boots that I love. They don't sell them anymore, but I'll try to find something similar. And these are Vince, I believe. And then the sweatshirt is the one that I got from Oliver. I asked what other colors this came in, and there was no other colors I really wanted. Love this sweatshirt. It's the perfect crop. And then balloon sleeves are another thing that is a trend this year. And then I wanted to show you my hair. That's why I thought about wearing it up, but I wanted to show it to you. Last night I used that in shower Perfect Hair Day. The thing that you put it on clean hair, and it goes on your hair just like a conditioner. Now, it said from the roots to the ends. I was scared to do that, so I did it. I probably did it too far up, to be honest with you. I actually started at, like, I put my hair in a ponytail when it's wet, and I just run it down, and then I think I put a little bit more in, and I just usually go like that. So you can see that it's definitely in there. I wouldn't say it's oily, but I did brush it, or not brush it. Yeah, I used a wet brush when I got out of the shower because I wanted to really work that through. You know what I mean? And then I let it air dry. And this is what I got. So, and I did cheat just a little bit and put some Kerastase oil on the ends. So this is what it is. I don't know. I had one person say they really like it, but it takes a while to get the formula just right, like how much to put in, how much to rinse out, because you rinse it, but some stays in. So I just wanted to tell you that's what I had used. But I still think it looks pretty. I think it gave it a good shine and took a lot of the frizz away. I mean, you know, I think it really looks good. Castle ring, and my good old Sheila Fajl earrings, and that is it. So I will see you guys here tomorrow. For those of you that are new, welcome to my channel. If you like my videos, please subscribe. That would make me so happy. And I do videos. I'm working on just keeping them going every day of the week, sometimes Saturday. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.